Tarot by the Bay, I'm David. All right, some housekeeping here first. I posted something up on the community page, just a 1-minute clip of a reading I did a little over 2 weeks ago regarding the surgeries of King Charles and Princess Catherine. And in the clip, it's the part where I'm going through Charles's procedure, and in that I saw something that made it seem like it was, even though he's going in to get checked up, that he would have something that was progressive in nature, and I compared it to cancer, like prostate cancer, since he was going in for an enlarged prostate. And then that got announced today. So if you're interested in seeing either that previous reading or the reading I put up this afternoon, sort of as the follow-up with the news of Charles having cancer, go visit Tarot of the Seven Seas. I'll try and have one of the little thingies here. I'll also have a link in the description. If you'd like to go over to that channel and check it out, it's centered on mostly European news. Stuff that you may not see in the United States news cycle. And just give you a perspective of stuff that's going on around the world. The other thing is I want to give a special thank you to some people. And you know who you are, and I'm saying that because I write the names down. But some folks have been very, very generous with their with super thanks and sending money. And I just want to just say again, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I'm very flattered, and I'm lucky to have the opportunity and the ability to do something like this and provide information to y'all. And I hope it does bring the temperature down a little bit. Even if on some of the readings, like, say, Nikki Haley's yesterday, I get a little bit grumpy. But generally, try to take the temperature down a little bit, give you a peek as to what might be coming in the future, and then throw a bunch of snark and sarcasm in there, because nothing helps take the edge off quite like some snark or sarcasm. All right. Now, Tucker Carlson's been visiting Russia. He's in Moscow now, wandering around. He's been asked if he's going to interview Putin, and he says, "Oh, we'll see," and he smiles. So, you had Hanoi Jane in North Vietnam, and now you're going to have Tucker Carlson visiting Moscow during a war between Moscow and Ukraine, where we're supporting Ukraine. Great look. But, if Jane Fonda made a mistake, maybe Tucker Carlson's making a mistake too. All right, entertainment purposes only. What's Tucker Carlson doing in Moscow? Is he just sightseeing, or does he have other plans afoot? He has other plans afoot. A chariot. This is an ongoing process. One of the articles I was reading, I think from Politico, was just basically saying he had opened up his own Twitter account or Twitter brand or Twitter channel or something, trying to give subscribers more content, and this might just be part of that. Crossed with the six of Cups. Tucker misses being relevant. Don't doubt for a second that Tucker misses being relevant, and going over to Moscow is causing relevancy because people are talking about him. Underneath it is the Hermit. Yeah, I do think he is... This is not only trying to shine a light to lead people to his page, but I really do think he wants to interview Putin. He wants to bring Putin's point of view to the mainstream media. We could call it his lies or propaganda, if you will. But yeah, I think he's looking to shine a light on his channel. And what better than to interview Vladimir Putin for something like that? In the past, we had the Ten of Pentacles. This is about legacy money, DNA, ancestry, so on and so forth. I think in this case, Tucker Carlson is from a wealthy family. If I'm not mistaken, they're part of the Swanson's TV dinner family. So Tucker's got some bank lying around. But I think this is also that power and influence that he had when he was the most popular show on Fox News, and everything was hunky-dory till you start defaming Dominion voting systems and later Smartmatic, costing the company, at least for Dominion voting systems, hundreds of millions of dollars in settlements, and then be arrogant as in your emails and how you treat people there. It just, probably he could be arrogant and not cost the company $750 million, or he could have cost them, or he could have been not arrogant and cost them $750 million, and everything would have been okay. But when you're the combination of both, you're not in charge. You're not in charge. Current situation is the King of Pentacles. So if you want to reestablish your brand, then you're going to have to go get a big name, a big fish to help you reestablish your brand. And I think that's what he's trying to do with Putin right now. Overarching energy is the Eight of Wands. This could be, this is air travel going overseas, but this is more about this. This is broadcasting over the airwaves. So he would like to do a video. I don't think he wants just an audio. I think he wants a video interview with Putin. Yeah, I guess no Western journalists have interviewed Putin since Russia started the Ukraine war. Current situation is the Eight of Swords. That's interesting. Tucker doesn't have the deal sealed up. Putin may not want to come out of his bunker to do this. There might be some security stuff that would prevent this from happening. It's like there's not a lot of trust here. Again, I think Tucker might be over there on the hopes of interviewing Putin, but there's no guarantee of it. I don't want to say it would be a waste of a trip because he got a lot of publicity, but it would not be the home run that he wants it to be. This is also Tucker Carlson's reputation. It's like, congratulations, we now know you're pro-Putin. You can't just say that you're asking questions. You've now tied yourself to Putin and Russia. Not that he hadn't before, but this is taking you pretty much all the rest of the way. Out comes our friend. Yep, he's going to get his interview. I believe he's going to get his interview with Putin. He'll be granted a royal visit to visit the emperor himself there, the Hierophant of the government. If he's not, for whatever reason, the government will announce it. But I'm guessing that this is him tying himself to Putin, and Putin's going to bless him with an interview. Isn't Tucker lucky? He's going to become so relevant again. Everybody's going to love him, and his career is going to advance because he got to talk to Putin, and there's a video on it. They say politics makes strange bedfellows. What are Tucker Carlson's politics? And I guess more to the point, what's Putin's half-life as a leader of Russia, especially given how non-well this war has run? I guess maybe Carlson's hoping that the GOP keeps blocking funding for Ukraine. Because if that funding goes through, Russia's done. They can't keep up with the Ukrainians on the technology front. They're losing too many tanks too quickly, and their human waves that they keep sending, you'll eventually run out of prisoners to throw in those human waves. And you're going to have to start throwing in the young sons of Russian mothers, and that's going to cause some big problems. Okay. Tucker and Vlad. What can you tell me about their interview? If they do an interview, what can you tell me about the interview? How is that going to go? How is it going to be received? Just sort of the general energy around it. Queen of Cups. It's about emotions and keeping things under wraps. There might be a bunch of secrecy around it. Or he asks questions, but there's nothing controversial with his questions. It keeps it kind of neutral. There's some restriction here, some emotional restriction. Now, this could be blowing the top off, but Putin's not the type of person who loses control of his emotions easily. So I think it's going to be a fairly stoic interview. Using Tucker line, just asking questions. Tucker will be asking questions. Tucker will be serving softballs, basically. Tower moment. This may, yeah. This is not a drone. It'd be funny if a drone hits the Kremlin when Tucker's doing the interview. That give that like the 3% chance. I think that his interview is going to really undo his career. This is going to be a major undoing for Tucker Carlson. Yeah, because underneath it, it's like, no, they've been planning this. Well, this could be that he doesn't get the interview. Putin's not interested in talking to him, and therefore the interview's done. But if Putin does do the interview, Tucker Carlson's career is done. So this is damned if you do and damned if you don't type of thing. But just how damned are you going to be? Underneath this Two of Wands, it's the planning stages. Talking about doing this. He's over there trying to see if he can get that interview going. And almost like when he's done, what's he going to do next? It's like he's had his tower moment. There's going to it would be like there's a lot of unpopularity due to this. Now, mind you, funding for Ukraine is a bipartisan effort in both the House and the Senate. Now, in the House, you got MAGA Moses Mike Johnson there, who doesn't even want to bring the bill to the floor for border security. That's also happens to be tied to Ukraine funding. But the Republicans aren't really interested in doing anything about the border, and they don't want to fund Ukraine because Putin seems to have control or sway over many in the Republican House of Representatives. But there's more support in the House than there is resistance against it. It's just, will they get it onto the floor? And in the Senate, there's a lot of support to have Ukrainian funding passed. So Tucker's on the wrong side of history here with this stance. In the past is the Hanged Man, just asking questions, loaded questions. He, trying to interview Putin when nobody's interviewed him for 2 years might have seemed like a really good idea. But again, with this tower here, this is the willing sacrifice. This is Tucker Carlson doing something to maintain relevancy or getting back into relevancy, but it's going to backfire on him. I think it's going to backfire spectacularly on him. So, willing sacrifice. Current situation, Ace of Pentacles. He might get a good financial boost from this, or he might boost his brand about this. This could also backfire in that, you have that funding for Ukraine, and when you've got Tucker Carlson over there talking with Putin about missile strikes in Kiev or something along those lines, and what are you going to do next? This might cause some House members and some senators, mostly House members, to be so livid that they push through the funding. Because screw you. You're fraternizing with the enemy. And now you're our enemy. There was that nostalgia card again, that naivety. Tucker misses being talked about. Tucker misses the limelight. And maybe this is a bad political move on his part. He could have been Trump's VP. I think this is going to kill that, too. If he was going to be Trump's VP, I think he killed it with this one. Trump will love it. Putin would love it. But I think the rest of the American public won't. Yeah, this is kind of a naivety. I think just, again, I'm drawn back to Tucker's little trademark line of just asking questions when he's making accusations, but doesn't have any facts to back it up. He's just doing it for sensationalistic purposes. He misses being important. The lesson to be learned. When do you sacrifice your values and when do you hold on to your values? When is the risk a good risk or a bad risk? Was it worth taking that risk? Maybe your reputation was up here and now it's down here. You know, you causing chaos helps with ratings, but if it's overall perceived as a big negative, this could take you down. Yeah, okay. Outcome is Knight of Cups. He'll sell it as he was reaching out to Putin and, you know, getting Putin's side of the story. I don't know if they've come up with a nickname, you know, Tolstoy Tucker or something like that, but they're going to look at him as the false knight. They're going to look him as a traitorous American. Now, it's funny because it seems like right now at this moment, there are more people in the Republican Party that would wear a T-shirt saying, I'd rather be a Russian than, I'd rather vote for Putin than a Democrat type of thing. And I think that mindset's still there, but that's going to change. But Tucker's visit can't be undone. So it might seem like a flex right now, but it may not be a flex later. Okay, let's ask. Okay, a few after Putin is out of power, shall we say, and the Russia-Ukraine war is done, what's Tucker Carlson's future looking like? Did this help him regain popularity and put him in a position to advance his broadcasting career or his social media position, or is this going to harm him? See, here we go. Deck's upside down. Wasn't worth it. Wasn't worth it. What the hell was I thinking? Truth is going to come out. He let people know who he was. He can try to deny it all he wants and say, I was just asking questions, all I want. But everybody will have seen the interview and they'll know who Tucker Carlson really is. And he's somebody who can't be trusted. You have to always look over your shoulder when Tucker's there. Because, you know, he might try and tell you he's a patriot, but then he goes over and talks with Putin or something along those lines. Yeah, this is people not trusting him. He has ruined his reputation. People don't trust him because they saw the truth of who he was. There's that Ten of Swords. It kills his career, all for the pursuit of money or popularity. He won't get advertisers won't advertise for him. All the money goes away. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. You know, there's your play stupid games, win stupid prizes, or the F around and find out type thing. Okay, Tucker, you go do you, boo. and sadly, there's going to be consequences. But, you know, then again, what do I know? I'm just some random dude on the internet reading tarot cards. This could be a brilliant maneuver on your part. So don't listen to me. You go do you, and we'll see how it all turns out, okay? All right. Thank you, everyone, for supporting this video and supporting my channel. Thank you for your likes and your shares and everything you do to help feed the YouTube algorithm so that my video makes it out to a wider audience. To folks just discovering this channel for the first time or recently, welcome to the channel. Glad you found us. I hope you found this reading insightful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.